Have you ever noticed how some people can casually drop the most oddly specific fact into a conversation? Like they'll randomly say that honey never spoils or that sharks existed before trees. No one asked. It barely fits. And yet somehow it sticks with you. And if you're that person, the one who remembers things no one technically needs to remember, this might be about you. Because it turns out, this isn't random at all. There's a very specific kind of psychology behind it. And once you see it, you can't unsee it. 1. Your brain prioritizes interest, not importance. Most people assume memory works like a storage system. Important things go in, useless things get filtered out. But that's not how it works. Your brain doesn't care what's useful, it cares what's interesting. The moment something makes you pause, even slightly, your brain flags it. Not because it will help you later, but because it broke your expectation. That's the key. People who remember useless facts are usually the ones who react more strongly to small surprises. A random fact isn't just information to them, it's a tiny moment of, wait, what? And that moment is enough to make it stick. 2. You're naturally more curious-driven than most people. Think about the last time you went down a random rabbit hole. One question turned into 5, then suddenly you're reading something completely unrelated. Most people stop after the first answer. You don't. And that's the difference. People who collect random facts aren't trying to memorize anything. They just don't ignore curiosity. They follow it, even when it leads nowhere useful. And over time, those small explorations stack up, quietly, without effort, until one day you realize you know things most people don't, not because you tried, but because you kept asking. 3. Your attention works differently. Here's something most people don't realize. Attention isn't just about focus. It's about what your brain notices. Some people move through the world filtering everything, only keeping what they think matters. But people like you notice more. Small details, odd patterns, unusual facts hidden in normal things. And when your brain notices something, it gives it a chance to stay. That's why you can remember a random fact from years ago, but forget where you put your phone 5 minutes ago. It's not bad memory, it's selective memory. And your filter is tuned to novelty, not routine. 4. You're drawn to the feeling, not the fact. Here's where it gets interesting. If you look at the facts you remember, they're not actually random. There's a pattern. Most of them have something in common. They made you feel something: surprise, wonder, confusion, even slight discomfort. That's not accidental. Your brain stores emotions better than information. So what you're really remembering is not the fact itself, but the feeling you had when you learned it. The fact is just a marker, a reminder of that moment when the world felt slightly bigger than before. 5. It's actually a form of quiet intelligence. This is the part most people miss. Remembering random facts can look pointless from the outside, but internally, it reflects something deeper, a mind that stays open, a brain that doesn't shut down curiosity just because something isn't immediately useful. That's rare, because most people are trained to only value what has a clear purpose. But you pay attention to things just because they're interesting. And that changes how you see the world. You don't just move through it, you explore it, constantly, even in small ways. So if you're someone who randomly remembers strange, useless facts, this isn't a flaw. It's a sign that your brain is still curious, still engaged, still looking a little deeper than necessary. And in a world where most people are just trying to get through the day, that's actually something rare, and maybe even valuable. Because at the end of the day, those useless facts, they're not useless at all. They're proof that you're paying attention to a world most people barely notice. And there are worse ways to live than that. And if you really enjoy content like this, consider subscribing and turning on the notification bell so you don't miss future uploads. I genuinely appreciate all your support. See you in the next one.